Hello viewers, right now I'm having another one of my sleepless nights. It is currently about 3 in the morning, and I spent the last several hours, first thinking about Pokemon, how like a Pokeball about this big from out of it can make a Pokemon this big. It doesn't seem to work, but of course, well, with science it'll easily be explained. It'll be like, duh, everything in a matter of years. And yes, it fell back on the floor. And also, while I was doing that, I've been playing Pokemon. While I've been playing Pokemon, a friend of mine is trying to go for all, 656 Pokemon, however many there are. And so I thought that I'd help out because she doesn't actually have a Game Boy or any of the Pokemon games for the Game Boy. So I was thinking, I have time to kill. Why don't I catch all of the Pokemon for the Gen 1? And use the awesome power of link cables. And yes, you might be saying that a Game Boy link cable isn't enough. That's why I don't just have a Game Boy link cable. It also connects to the Game Boy Advance as well. If I had a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game, I would then send all my Pokemon from the Game Boy onto the Game Boy Advance game and get every single Pokemon I could on there as well. Don't though, so I won't. But the main reason that I made this video, besides just, life is great for now, except for not totally. There is, of course, something missing, and watching the Vlog Brothers, I realized what it is. It's about, I love this. I love making videos. I love having stuff to talk about. But I tend to use a lot of props, like this fishy here. Yeah, like just random Nemo kissing fish. And but you see, I can only talk if I have something to talk about. That's what's been totally. Whenever I try to go for like a weekly or daily videos, oh my goodness. Whenever I go for like a weekly video thing, it always runs dry because I end up having nothing to talk about. So like on Conmore Films, I set myself a personal goal, like a video diary type thing, to try to talk about what I wanted to once a week. But of course I was like, oh, I meant to make this last week, oh, I meant to make this last week, and last week, week before, yada yada yada. And then I try to stop that with MR Server, okay? Make a video on Tuesday, gotta make video on Tuesday. And that ended up running dry as well. So now I'm proposing a new project. Starting next week's Monday, I'm going to be going on to the Ning right as I'm uploading this. Right as soon as I finish this, I'm going to go up onto the Ning and ask about people on there. But here's the thing. How about we make, instead of buy the few for the many, we make it buy the many for the many. Here, like people on the Ning, we come up with different ideas and stuff to make videos out of. And then people, it's like, oh, say, okay, here's a video about tolerance. Here's a video about the ridges on the edges of coins. Like, any random subject at all whatsoever. And then, of course, we have, like, one little challenge in it. Something that we have to do in every single video. And it'll be kind of like a running thing. And then... But not like adding one new challenge every week, but like just one little thing, like if you haven't noticed. And yes, I'm sorry to all the rest of you for spoiling the beans, but trust me, MS Forever as it was is dead. But for any of you who noticed, you get a free spot. Stuffies. At least in my videos, and in most of the other uploaders as well. Every single video that I have made has involved a Stuffy in some way. The one that didn't actually show a Stuffy on the screen, like usually I pull one up. Giant Meowth used to be back up there, but of course I have all my Stuffies up here behind where I keep my camera. And yes, I'm going to be using a real camera pretty soon. And that's up there. And the one where I didn't, I actually filmed another video before then to show that the dogs are chewing on the Stuffy that I wanted to use, and then when I remade it, I forgot to show them doing it again. I think I mentioned it though. But anyway, not the point. The point is, a vlogging project by the many for the many. Like, I'm good. I can make a video once a week if I have something to talk about. Heck, I can make daily videos if I have the stuff to talk about. If I don't have anything to talk about, I can't make the videos. Yes, I have, like, 6 people, 2 dogs living here, 8 of us living here right now, so I cannot always necessarily find the time, but I can definitely find the time. I might not be able to find the time at any given time, but I figure if I do it like the night before, then I should very well be able to do it. But see, if I have, like, trust me, like, just, we could have week-long discussions, and by the way, what I'm thinking of is that we go 7 days a week, like 7 different people a week, except for, of course, I'll still be making them, and also there will be the ads down here, but once I get them to work, then all of that money is definitely going to a good cause. For the currently, that good cause is going to be raising money so then teenagers who are LGBTQ and whatnot, if they, like, sometimes this is a bit sad, but they tell their parents that they are gay or they're into guys or girls or that they're transgendered or transvestite. Hopefully the parents would notice it if they were a TS, but with parents. So, and then their parents, usually their parents accept them, but sometimes their parents kick them out of the house and they have nowhere to live. So this is to help that. Starting up a place in Edmonton, and then going to be expanding into other cities as well. Having like a big place where they can go, they can get something to eat, get cleaned up, find themselves a job in a place that doesn't care what they are as long as they're a hard worker. And with some places I've heard out there, they don't even care about that. And then get them on a good path again. So then, place where they can stay, as long as they can prove that they are actively working towards leaving. Ugh. Very, very dry throat. But, so I don't know, does that sound like a good idea to you guys? And I'm sorry if you look at my videos, 90% of them, I don't edit. Well, actually more like 85% of them, I do not edit. And that's because I don't like looking at myself. Some people say I'm really cute, I just don't see it, okay? So, most of my videos I don't edit. When I actually get to a real working camera, maybe I'll get some software and I'll edit them out again. If I can see that there are actually people like watching the videos and commenting on them and actively participating, because okay, so how about, and here's my okay, so first choice basically first choice was just talking about whatever. First choice was subject of the week, fizzled out incredibly fast. Second choice was talk about whatever, fizzled out after a couple of months. Third choice was MRS Forever, fizzled out after a few months as well. Fourth choice is the different person vlogging about, it's like, hi, I am such and such, which I'm from Alaska, Texas, or Alberta, and I'm going to be talking about da-da, and then just make the video your way. Do pretty much whatever you want in it, as long as it is still, can be shown on YouTube without having them take down the channel. And this time I will actually be watching them beforehand. Hopefully. So, I always go into these things with the best of intentions, but then I don't get bored, I just don't know what to do. There's so many subjects out there. I could talk about one for hours on end. Like, for instance, this hoodie. That's choice 5. Just, every week, just grab one random item. Like, just blindfold myself, reach into a drawer, pull something out, and that is what I'm going to talk about for the week. That's that's the random selection and choice, and I have a lot that I can talk about, and I have a lot of stuff in this room. So that could go on for a little while, or of course, we could have topics, and because, yeah, I'm still back on the Vlogbrothers videos where they were at the Tour de Nerd Fighting. Tour de Nerd Fighting. And that just seems like awesome. Like, I can actually feel the butterflies when they show themselves walking up onto the stage with the crowd of people cheering for them. Like, and so I'll leave you guys with one final thought. And lots of people, when they get angry when you end your sentence with a preposition, because they say that it is wrong. The truth of the matter, in fact, is that, as we should all know, the English language, as well as many others, are derived from the Latin language. And in Latin, you are not supposed to end a sentence with a preposition. However, in English, you can end a sentence with a preposition or not, depending on what you want. There is no rule in the English language that you have to end your sentence in a preposition or not. So, here's an idea for a novel. And yes, I have been getting quite a few interesting ideas. One recently was actually pretty darn awesome. And hopefully I'm actually going to write it someday. But anyway, an entire novel where every single sentence in the entire thing with the preposition ends with DFTBA.